And that blade right there will get real hot. But I'll turn this off just a minute. It's pressure sensitive. When you go in the rubber, it pushes that blade, or it pushes that head back to where it delivers electrical contact to the head, and in less than 3 seconds that'll glow like a toaster element if I were to do that here in the open air. So the thing you need to be concerned about in using this is, I know you guys don't have a whole lot of grass to mow out here, but if you're mowing grass, you want to cut and take your previous cut. When you're mowing, you don't want to leave a gap that you're going to have to double over. Well, in this, because that blade gets so hot, you want to leave a little thin rib of rubber if you're running a full cut and the full depth of your rubber. You want to leave a little thin strip of rubber so that this blade is not exposed to the air. Otherwise, if it is, it's going to burn off the corner of your blade and you'll have to replace the blade. I get asked quite often, how long will a blade last? I've used one blade to skive 3 or 4 ends of, say, a 42-inch belt, completely skive it, and I've used 4 or 5 blades to skive one end. It depends on what the rubber compound is like. If you got rubber that's age hardened, which I'm sure you guys have seen rubber that hardens after years of running, gets real brittle, it makes it difficult to skive. The blade is easily adjustable. You've got 2 Allen screws right there. That blade will come out just that easy. And then there's also 2 sets of grooves in that head. See those little grooves? Can you see those from over there? We have various sizes blades. If you can see your brochure there, you can see that there's V-shaped blades, and then this is the widest that we offer. And this one's about 7/8 of an inch wide. And as far as the adjustments, you lay it on the side of your belt to where you're getting your blade down to the carcass, to your top ply, but you're not getting into that top ply. Now, some people have a ratchet type skiving tool, and it will only skive across the end of the belt. This one is not limited to skiving across the end of the belt. One of the features of the super screw, and I didn't talk about that, is that if you have a rip or a hole in the middle of your belt, you can use a super screw and patch that. So if you got a big hole punched in the belt, typically that's going to be in the middle of the belt. If you got a rip, that's going to be somewhere towards the middle of the belt. So this skiving tool will allow you to go into the middle of the belt, which I'm going to do right here. And just go ahead and peel that rubber right out of there. Now, I mentioned about trying to do it like you mow grass. If I were to go and line that up right there with that edge of that previous cut, the corner would be exposed, and see it cools off quickly. The corner would be exposed and it would burn the corner of the blade and it would just break in two. So I'll move over a little bit and make another cut. This time I'm going to pull on that rubber, and it gives me a good clean cut all the way out to the edge. Now the first pass that I made, I didn't pull on the rubber, and it left a little bit sticking up right there where it rolled over at the end of the belt. So if you'll pull on that just before you get to the end of it, it'll give you a good clean cut right out to the edge of your belt. Now with that little rib in the middle there, I'll turn the temperature down. I went down to a number 1 setting, and I'll go back in then and just trim that back out.
That makes sense.
Any questions? Anybody want to try it?
That was the roughest part. We were burning up the blades quickly when we were doing splicing with that. So it was, I think it was like you were saying, it was, the mowing thing,
Yeah, trying to go back and pick up right at the edge of the previous cut. It makes sense to do it that way. you know, because, you know, you can just index over. But the thing of it is, though, as hot as that blade gets, you know, it'll burn it up. Now, be sure I have some extra blades before I smoke that one.